How many of these songs do you recognize?
I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. That was that, so I can't be beefing with no whack nigga. 901 Shelby Drive, look alive, look alive. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. The dash is digi, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say I bring her money, they change up the topic. I got a 19 and they fold in my pocket. She dile que tú eres mía, mía. Tú sabes que eres mía, mía. Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles.
All these hitmakers are some of Drake's best songs and collaborations. These are the songs that everyone knows and some of the most culturally important songs of the last decade. But do you want to know the best part? All of these songs came out in 1 year. 2018. What a year. We had Ninja on top of the world and primetime Mr. Beast. But we also had Drake. Drake was heard everywhere that year. From radio to streaming platforms, everyone and their moms knew who this man was. 2018 wasn't just a career achievement for Drake, it was an industry domination. But how did he do it? How did Drake achieve international fame in 1 year? Well, as you know by now, let's look into it. We may never see an artist push out numbers like Drake did in 2018 again. But if so, where did all the success come from? To find out, we must go to the past. Drake was born and raised in Toronto. As we all know, the Six God himself. Represent. I'm not from Toronto, but gotta represent a Canadian brother, you know? He wasn't one not to be in the spotlight, doing child modeling in theater at a young age. But at the same time, he was always involved in music, as his father, who lived in Memphis, would take him to the studio sessions with his two uncles. Two men who had gained recognition. One was famous for playing with the Family Stone and Prince, and the other was for writing songs with the famed Al Green. Back on the theater side of things, at 14 he got cast as Jimmy Brooks in the Canadian classic Degrassi, The Next Generation. That's where most of the acting gigs would come from that point on. He would keep working in the movie industry for a little while, but the music was always there. In the later years, he started releasing music on MySpace, and officially released his first mixtape in 2006. Through that time is where he met Noah Shabib, also known as 40, who would become his main record producer. During these years, his mixtapes would get radio play, but nothing major yet. That was only until his music got to the one, the only Lil Wayne. Earlier that year, Drake released So Far Gone in February of 2009, his first album. His album was performing exceptionally well, with different labels trying to win a bidding war over him. Best I Ever Had even pushed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. But that very summer of 2009, his music reached Lil Wayne through his connections with the members of the Rap-A-Lot label. Wayne then asked him to join him on his Most Wanted tour. This helped his momentum going and the numbers building. From then on, it was only up. So Far Gone itself won 2 Juno Awards, the Canadian version of the Grammys, for rap recording and New Artist of the Year. His next album started doing better each year, and he was achieving some major collaborations, such as Forever with Eminem, Lil Wayne, and Kanye West. His songs blew up as they combined Drake's R&B influenced singing voice with his rapping, something he's credited with making popular. So, from all this momentum, every year was getting better than the next, and 2018 was the absolute peak of his success. But what made 2018 so special compared to any other year? While 2018 was one of Drake's most successful years, it wasn't a comeback year or one of a standalone achievement. It was another year where he continued to grow to his full potential. Drake's 2016 and 17 runs were almost unmatchable, with Views and More Life, and hits like One Dance and Fake Love. And now, he was about to do it again. But how did he do it? Well, we'll look over this in a little bit, but for now, let's go through every single major hit that came out in 2018 from Drake. Starting in January. This month started off with a bang. Drake released the 2-song EP Scary Hours, including the songs Diplomatic Immunity and the one, the only, God's Plan. Everybody knows this song about beds and moms. It basically defined that year. Not only did the song blow up, debuting at number 1 and staying there for 11 weeks, but the video was wholesome, with Drake giving out nearly $1 million in cash. If you think this was Drake's biggest song of the year, which is now standing at 3 billion views, then wait till you see the others on the list. Next up, not even a week later, Drake appeared on Walk It Talk It with the Migos for the release of their highly anticipated album Culture 2. A fresh new verse and an old style video. Perfect match. The song now sits at nearly 900 million streams on Spotify alone. The next month, Drake hopped on Look Alive with Blockboy JB, sharing his momentum with the new rapper. Blockboy JB did have some regional buzz around Memphis, but wasn't the star he is today. That was until Look Alive. The song peaked in the top 5 of the Hot 100, and it was the momentum Blockboy JB needed to rise to the top. The song now sits at 1 billion streams on Spotify. There are 3 songs, all centered around 1 billion streams, and we aren't even in March yet. Let's breeze through the next ones. March was a pretty calm month, so we can skip over that one for now. April had Nice for What, a song that continued to build hype for Scorpion, Drake's latest album. More collaborations were on the way, such as Yes Indeed in May, a song featuring the up-and-coming Lil Baby. Lil Baby was still emerging out of the Atlanta rap scene, and this was a big push for the success he would achieve today. May was also an interesting month for Drake, as he faced not only success, but it also got him into an intense feud which would push Drake to his limits. We are going to talk about this a little later, however. To move on, at the end of June, Drake released the long-awaited Scorpion album. It was a smash hit. Scorpion hit 1 billion streams in 1 week, smashing the previous record of Post Malone's Beer Bogs and Bentleys at only 413 million streams. It then went on to stay on the Billboard 200 chart for 400 weeks, meaning 7.6 years. It also broke the single-day streaming record of both Spotify and Apple Music. Both God's Plan and Nice for What were on the album, but other big songs included were In My Feelings, which had every celebrity dancing out of their cars, Non-Stop, I'm Upset, and Mob Ties. So far, the summer had been going on fantastic for Drake, but he just had to finish it with a bang. Drake hopped on arguably the biggest rap song of all time, Travis Scott's Sicko Mode. This song was everywhere. It was the first rap song in history to spend at least 30 weeks in the top 10 region of the Billboard Top 100, nearly 7 months. It was Travis Scott's first ever #1 single on that chart, and the song is a certified diamond, one of the highest certification levels ever. It is so prestigious that only nearly 200 songs have ever been diamond certified. And funny enough, the man who holds the most diamond certified songs of all time is Drake. September was another calm month, but the speed picks back up in October with Never Recover featuring the returning Lil Baby and the up-and-coming Gunna. 6 days later, Drake hopped on Mia with Latino artist Bad Bunny. His pronunciation and vocals were impressive and felt natural for an entire verse in Spanish, and his appreciation of the culture was highlighted. This then pushed his fame around the globe. Finally, to wrap up the year, Drake pulled the hidden card out of his sleeve. Throughout the 2010s, Drake got in a few different feuds with other rappers, but most notably, he got into a battle with Meek Mill in 2015. The two rappers fought over Drake's ability to write his own songs, and the feud led to classic diss tracks, such as the strong Back to Back by Drake and the more weak Wanna Know by Meek Mill. But after this, the feud fell apart, until 2018. In September, Drake had Mill make a special appearance at his show, and then, in November, the duo released Going Bad, officially ending their beef for good. So that wraps up our Drake 2018 hit list. Every song on here has performed extremely well, and it proves that 2018 was Drake's peak year. Drake even broke the record for more songs simultaneously in the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 with 7, and in the top 100 with 27. Mia was the 12th of his songs to do so that year, pushing him past the Beatles for most in a single year. This year, Drake was dropping singles faster than I've changed haircuts. It's a lot. He didn't just take over the rap industry, he took over the entire industry. But why? Why did it work over and over again? Let's go back to the beginning of the year. The first 3 songs we mentioned, God's Plan, Walk It Talk It with the Migos, and Look Alive with Blockboy JP, are where we should start. What do you notice about these 3 songs? That's right, 2 of them are collaborations, where Drake is the featured artist. While throughout the year, Drake released multiple singles that performed well, all from the songs I mentioned, 7 were collaborations with different artists. To add on, he treated all his collaborations as equals, giving them the same amount of room to showcase talent. He also utilized their trends and culture to make the songs unique, such as in the Look Alive music video, the Walk It Talk It music video, or on Mia with Bad Bunny, expanding his music around the globe. So while he had released a major album that was performing extremely well, he was also appearing on other tracks, keeping his momentum going. While staying in the spotlight is a tricky feat, Drake had mastered it. But one instance wasn't his choosing. Do you remember when I said this? Drake, as he faced not only success, but it also got him into an intense feud which would push Drake to his limits. We are going to talk about this a little later, however. An intense feud is something that would keep you in the spotlight, especially if you were being decimated. And that is exactly what happened when Drake faced off against Pusha T. The beef had been stewing for a while. Pusha T and Lil Wayne, Drake's mentor, had had some issues in the past, and because of this, Drake had said a few lines. The pair never shot direct diss tracks until Pusha appeared on Infrared with Kanye West. In it, he dismisses Drake's ability to write his own lyrics. Yes, he's fought 2 feuds over the exact same reason. This started the back and forth. Drake released Dumpy Freestyle less than 24 hours after Infrared, but Drake was not ready for the next track, The Story of Adidon. Pusha attacked Drake's public image, his personal life, and his own morals. The cover of the song was Drake doing blackface, something he had to apologize for. But the biggest thing that came out of this song was Pusha revealing that Drake had a son. That's right, Drake's son Adonis, that we all know well today for appearing in some of his music videos and different things around like that, had not even been announced to the world yet, and Pusha brought that secret out of the shadows. The fans eagerly waited for a response, but nothing came until Scorpion, March 14th. In it, Drake reveals the hard truths about the relationship with his son and how he came to be. The feud then sizzled out after this moment. The mystery about Pusha finding out about this info was soon solved after he had spoken with a woman who had previous affairs with 40, Drake's producer. However, the main takeaway is the fact that this feud once again kept Drake in the spotlight. It made sure he was the one people were looking at for answers and an explanation, and perfect time for the release of Scorpion. While the diss could have left Drake's career in shambles, he turned it around and went up instead. 3 #1 hits and a platinum album. Speaking of Scorpion, Drake's fame also came about how well he understood the streaming era. Scorpion wasn't formatted like the usual album. He avoided the constraints of a common album. Instead, he goes past narrative, structure, and understands that with the streaming, most people will listen to it on shuffle or in the background, while back in the day, vinyls didn't have a skip button. Scorpion also focused on many different aspects such as rap and R&B, so fans could enjoy either or both styles. He understood the streaming era, collaborated with many others, and stood in the spotlight for a long time. All these reasons are reasons for why Drake's 2018 year was unbelievable. 2018 wasn't just a career milestone, but an entire industry domination. He went from a rapper to superstardom when rappers are often pushed away from spotlight and media attention because of their aggressive natures. He dominated radio, and his hits became cultural anthems. If his album wasn't huge enough, his voice was on some of the biggest records of that year alone. Drake's 2018 run was something that no one had ever seen before. It was a mix of just always being around the spotlight, making music with a bunch of different artists, and understanding an ever-changing era of music. Drake single-handedly changed some of the ways we think about music today, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have some of the classics we listen to now. So, that's how Drake became unstoppable in 2018. What do you think? Was this the biggest year of any artist ever? If you like Taylor Swift, you might think differently. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully this video comes out around the 20th of August, something around then. If it isn't, that's on me. Whoops. But yes, I got another haircut. We're rocking a mullet now. It's kind of crazy how much we've been changing haircuts these last few times. Also, I'm planning on changing around the studio a little bit. This is not really a studio, it's my bedroom, but you know. I think I'm going to move things around. The setup's going to change, the background's going to change. So we can keep pushing out these videos, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, what do you think? Comment down below what you think. And in the meantime, go listen to yourself some 2018 Drake. Go listen to Scorpion. Give it a listen, bro. It's actually fucking phenomenal. I only listened like 4 songs off the album, but still, Drake is, you know, the GOAT. If you don't know Hours in Silence by Drake, you know, put yourself on. There we go, okay? Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic life. Be kind, people. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another one. Peace out, guys.